Hey guys, this is Ian and Katai. We want to come before you guys today and just talk about something that's near and dear to our heart. We want to talk about being able to focus and pay attention on the changes and the subtle things that's happening in your relationship. Oftentimes, two people can be together for 10, 20 years and never really notice the changes that's taking place in their lives. And even if those changes are taking place, sometimes it can create problems. And so we want to help you to be able to understand how to always refocus. You know, with the camera lens, every time the camera moves, the camera has to reshape and refocus on whatever it's been looking at or what it's focused on. And so we want to help you all to be able to refocus on some of the things in your relationship. One of the things we discovered is that since we've been in ministry, it's been an interesting transition how over the past few years we've literally seen each other change and seen each other become new people and different people all in the process. And sometimes those can be very frustrating. Those can cause points of frustration because what we used to understand about the person no longer exists, and there's a whole new person that you got to deal with. And so we want to really focus in on that today and help you to really get to the place where you can just get rid of all the distractions and really focus in.
Yeah. Even just with what he just said, I think for me, I started realizing that I was getting busy, being distracted with this, being distracted with that. We have our children, and so they wanted our attention. They needed this, they needed that. And even being a wife, you know, my husband, he needs my attention. He desires things. And as a result, I found myself just running around trying to do a lot. And I found out that I started losing myself. Like, I started asking myself, Katai, what is it that you want to do? What are some of the passions that you have? And I began to share with my husband. I said, baby, you know, these are some of the things I want to do, and this is how I feel about certain things. But it took me getting to that place of just getting tired because I was just going through the motions, just running around, doing this, doing that, but still not feeling like I was fulfilling my purpose. And I began to open up and share. And as a result, I was able to release a lot of my frustration. But he was able to give me positive feedback and telling me, you know, baby, you can do that, pursue this or pursue that. But I had to get to that point where I was tired in order to just even open up to you, to even begin to share how I was feeling.
And you know, when those kind of changes take place, you really begin to get frustrated with one another. What you used to have fun doing and what you used to enjoy doing, you no longer have fun doing those things because you're changing. Different things are coming into your marriage, coming into your relationship, and it's really altering each other slowly. But those slow, subtle changes really create moments of frustration when we come together. And one of the things we realized was we would come together and I would be wanting to do something specific, or my focus was somewhere else and her focus wasn't there, and that will create conflict all within itself. And we're thinking the other person is not really paying, I'm thinking she's not paying me the attention that I need, when in fact it's just that we're changing, our focuses are changing. It has nothing to do with her love for me, nor does it have anything to do with my love for her, but we're changing. And over time, those changes can create so much conflict. One of the things that I'm really learning and I'm discovering is that we get so distracted with the things that's happening in our lives that we don't take the time to sit back and focus in on what's actually happening. We're missing details. We miss details from the lives of one another. We miss details. I miss the details of what's happening in her life that's causing her to change. And because I don't see those details, then I become frustrated. And she misses those details that I'm dealing with that's causing me to change, and we get to this point of frustration. And so I really wanted to help you to understand that distraction comes to you to tear your marriage apart, to tear a relationship apart. Distraction is a thief because it keeps you looking here while it's taking something from you over here. And so I want to help you to understand that you must take the moments, take the time to step back out of whatever it is you're dealing with, whether it's your job, whether it's the children, whether it's the financial circumstances you're dealing with, whether it's the relationship circumstance. Step back from it for a minute and just assess what's really happening with your partner, with your wife, and just find out what it is that's going on with her. What it is that she's dealing with. How are the events of her life and your life together really changing and making her into a new person, so that you can understand how to operate with her. And the same vice versa. It's so important for us to really be able to focus in and really begin to figure some of those things out.
And I just want to throw a plug in here. Date night is so important. it is so important
Yeah.
that you actually take out the time from the busyness and everything else
Yeah.
to actually have that time to pour into each other, to encourage each other, because we can get so distracted, like he said, with so much stuff. I mean, your cell phone, I mean, the list goes on and on with things that we can be distracted
Absolutely,
with.
absolutely.
And as a result, we lose focus on each other. You know, we don't have time for each other. And so it's so important that we plan those date nights. The date nights is very important. It's so vital.